Hi everyone, this is Mr. J. So today we're gonna talk about the different organization in the game and how you can build a team using only the member that came out from the same organization, and how you can benefit from the buff. So let's look at the 5 different organization. First of all, you have the Wasteland of Survival, the Boston Neighborhood, the Institution, Railroad, and the Brotherhood of Steel. So if you have 5 members that came out from the same organization and 3 of them are 5-star, you actually activate all 3 of the buff. In total, for the Brotherhood of Steel, you'll get 20% increase in attack, 15% increase in HP. So if you're trying to build a team, I actually recommend you to focus, using all the members that came out from the same organization to build the team, because you actually get this buff, which I think was pretty decent. So let's talk about the different organization and how you can build the team. So as for the Brotherhood of Steel, you would have your Hunter, 2 SSR Hunter, Paladin Dance, and this guy. As for your healer, there's only one healer in the team, which is this SR healer. You can get it from the elite stage. The support, Sarah, which you can get it from locking 7 days in a row, and you'll get this. So the problem that they're facing now is like they don't have a decent tank. The only tanker in the team is this guy, and his active skill doesn't help him to survive longer. It only dealt damage to the opponent. So the problem they're facing is they don't have a really good tank for now. Other than that, they actually have a pretty decent attacker, hunter, support, and hero. So maybe in the future, if they came out with new dweller to replace him, like a tanker dweller from the Brotherhood of Steel, you can actually consider to build a team. But for now, I wouldn't recommend you to do so. So second, we're gonna look at the Railroad. As for the Railroad, it's slightly better than the Brotherhood of Steel. They have I would say, decent tank, a pretty good healer, and 3 hunter. All of them are SSR. And here comes the problem they're facing. Because most of the characters are SSR character, it's hard to obtain their poster. As I mentioned on my last video, in a newer patch, they would allow us to upgrade our Dweller up to 10-star instead of the 5-star previously. And it requires so much poster than you can imagine. So if you're building a team, the other criteria that you have to take into consideration is how you can obtain their poster. If the only way that you can obtain the poster is from Gachapon, then maybe you shouldn't use that character, because if you get stuck at 3-star and your opponent already get an 8-star or maybe higher star dweller, then you can't win. You can't win against them, because the battle power is too much, different in terms of battle power. There's too much different. So what they're facing from the Railroad is, out of 4 important character in the team, 3 of them, this guy, and this guy, is only obtainable from Gachapon. So I don't really recommend the Railroad, although the buff was pretty good. 10% increase in attack and 25% increase in HP. So let's look at the other one, which is the Institution. The buff was decent, 10% increase in damage resistance, 15% increase in energy resistance. So let's talk about the member in the organization. First of all, what the problem they're facing is it's the same as the railroad. Two of their character are actually only obtainable from gachapon. Although they are really strong, when this character came out, ideally it was the best hunter in the game because it dealt radius damage, like area damage, AoE damage, instead of a single attack, and it would automatically aim the enemy with the lowest HP. So ideally this was the best character for PvP. At first I was trying to build a team from the institution. I got Sean from Gachapon. I got this guy also from the PvP store. And I got my healer from the Glowing Sea event. And my tanker, there's another problem, is because as you can see, you can get it from elite stage, but the easiest elite stage that offer this poster is you need 63,000 battle power to get it. So let me break this down to you guys. Usually you need to play for like a week and a half before I get to this battle power. So before that you didn't have a decent tank. And for me, I didn't get this. I tried on gachapon. I spent like 30 draw, but I didn't get it. So finally I gave up. So for the institution, they're facing the same problem. For their tank is, they don't have a tank in the early stage, and two of their members are from gachapon. Although they are really good character, like Sean. Sean is the best healer in the game so far. So if you could spend the money, like the institution would be a great choice for you. But if not, then just don't try to build a team from the institution. So next we'll be looking at the Boston neighborhood. If you have 5 members and 3 of them are at 5-star, you get a buff of 25% increase in attack, which is a lot. So as for your hunter, this guy, you can get it if you play the game before. You get it at the beginning of the game, and you also can get extra poster from memory storage, which is kind of like an daily quest that you can get a lot of points and exchange for poster. And you can also get your tanker and healer from the memory storage too. So this is what they offer. So you can get 3 of your main character from here. So it's really good. And as for your SSR character, you can get this from the PvP store, and he's actually quite useful for PvE too, because he doesn't take any irradiation damage. So it's a pretty good character so far. As for the last character you need, personally I recommend this character. He's a very good tank, but only attainable from the gachapon. So if you build a team focusing on him, you would have to get it from gachapon. So overall it's actually overall 4 of your members are easily obtainable. Only the tank, you need to get it from gachapon. So I suggest that you save some money for it, and when like this event, you got a higher chance to get him, you should spend your money on gachapon. So lastly, we'll be looking at the Wasteland of Survival. So as you guys can see, this is what I'm playing for now. This is the team that I focus on right now, the Wasteland of Survival. It's actually a pretty decent team because the buff was increase your HP by 30%. As you guys know, a lot of people will be playing Paladin Dance when the server came out because he's such a good hunter. So if you have this buff, 30% increase in HP, basically he can't, one-shot your character. So this is actually a pretty decent buff. So let's talk about their member right now. First of all, you have Katie. I would say she was the best SR tanker you can have it so far, and you can get it from the memory storage too, so it's very easy to get it. The Alien, the best damage dealer for SR character, you can also get it from the memory storage. As for your healer, you can get it from elite stage. I think the first stage you need to get it, you can get it is around 30,000 something. Oh no, it's 43,000. So it's quite hard, but it's not as far as you think. So, and for the Wasteland of Survival, they actually have the best tank in the game, Strong. So you can get it from the PvP store. As you can see, my Strong was at 4-star now. And I can get another 88 poster. So I need 120 poster more. 112 poster more to get it to 5-star. And your support will be Nick Valentine. You can only get it from Gachapon, but if you watch my last video, the Glowing Sea event video, you'll know that you are able to get 50 poster from it. The store actually sell, the event store actually sell 50 posters, so if you get it, you will need to buy another 30 poster to summon this dweller. And then you have Piper. You can get it from elite stage. It only requires 26,000 battle power to get it. The other one, the only problem would be this guy or this girl. You can only get it from Gachapon, and it wasn't available at the beginning of the game. It only came out after maybe 2-3 months when the game was released. So if you're planning to build a team from the Wasteland of Survival, you should save some money for the future. Like when this character came out, I strongly recommend you guys to get it. It completes your team because it's quite strong. Okay, I think that one more thing. If you're planning to get Nick Valentine or the other SSR character that you're planning to get, please make sure you check this merchant over here every day. Sometimes they do sell SSR poster. If you don't believe your luck, you don't believe your luck, you think you can't, you're not lucky enough to get it from Gachapon, and you want to try to buy all the poster by yourself, this is actually the cheapest way to buy. As you can see, 10 poster only cost you 1,280. So each poster will cost you 128. If you buy it from the shop here, as you can see, each poster will cost you 160. So the cheapest way to get SSR poster is from here. So I think that's all for the video today, and the game is coming out very soon, 1st of June. That's tomorrow. I'll be playing at the C server Vault 1. So if anyone is playing at the same server, I'll be using Mr. J as my IGN. If you guys want it, you can add me as your friend. If you have any question, you can ask me in game too. That's all for today. Thank you. Thanks for watching.